How to make glitter Louboutin Barbie shoes. Hey Space Cowboys, it's Seasonal Frostbite, and finally, by request, I'm making Barbie shoes. For specifically Barbie, this is Barbie's foot, it's decapitated, whatever. But I hate how flimsy her feet are, that's why I've been avoiding them, and I don't typically make shoes for her. But you know, she's still fabulous, she needs shoes too, right? Okay, yes Kendra, she does. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is trace her foot. We're going to make a nice sharp triangle shape at the end for that classic pump look. And we're also going to leave a tiny bit of room, leg room, feet room, I don't know, just for shits and giggles. Let's just get this on with. If you guys want my personal template, I will post that on Patreon, which will be available for my patrons only. Now, I actually made a mistake on trying to do the sides of the shoe. I'm doing the best I can. This is what happens when you don't do the side of the shoe first and all that stuff. Yeah, I normally do the sides of the shoes, guys. You know this. You know this, man. I do the sides of the shoe first, but I was trying to be different. I was trying to be extra. I did something different. And I just kind of guesstimated. And here's our reference photo as well. This is what we're going for. So we're going to be adjusting a lot during this tutorial. So bear with me. I would recommend watching towards to the very end first, then starting it. Don't do it with me. Watch first, then do it on your own, or watch first, then do it with me as you already watched, okay? So now I'm going to trace the pattern, and I'm just going to do the other side. You know, again, guys, I always do one side of the shoe first. In fact, I recommend it for this tutorial, but I was being extra and trying to do something new, and I ended up messing up. All right, but don't worry, you know, we got this, okay? We got this. Now, notice how on the heel, it's not too thin and it's not too thick, and I'm doing that so the shoe will look a little more dainty. Normally, I use the thickest setting. Now, I also normally bake the heel on a piece of foil, but I actually make these silicone ramps to get the look I wanted, and I also bent the heel back at the very tip before placing it on the ramp, and then I've placed the smaller ramp at the very bottom to get a slight curve. That's how we're going to get that natural heel shape that you always see in these classic pumps. If you want to see how I make the silicone ramp, I'll show you in a later tutorial, but you gotta like up this video so I know that's what you want to see. Now, I rolled out a snake to make the heel, and these aren't very thick, so they're not going to support the doll, so I added a little piece of wire from a bent paper clip. As usual, bake the sole first, then put on the heel, then bake again. I rolled out a thin sheet of clay, and now I'm taking this Pearl X powder. It's like glitter on crack, okay? And I'm just gonna, go ham on the unbaked clay. And now I'm just going to take a ball tool and slightly press, literally, don't press too hard, little balls into it. It's going to get the texture. As you can see our reference photo again. As you can see this close up here, we're trying to recreate this texture with glitter. It's like a glitter, bumpy, spiky type of thing going on here. And that's what we're going to get by getting these little effects. I tried the best I could to get the texture. Now we're going to take our template and we're just going to cut this out. Can we take a moment to admire my nails? You know, I do my nails I literally made them just like this to match the shoes because I'm that extra, and because, I do it for you guys. My nails have to be beautiful for you. But, when a nail breaks, it's heartbreaking and I have to wait a while to do the tutorial. It's really the struggle is that real, okay? It's that real. Fill in those little gaps with your ball tool just in case. Now roll out a piece of clay that is this nice cream color on the same setting as your the heel in the beginning, and you're just going to take your template, and I kind of traced it a little extra. I gave it a little more heel, a little depth in the heel for a reason. Now I'm going to take female deco gel and I'm going to glue it on there. Now I'm not going to bake it just yet. I'm actually going to add the side, but first let me just fix it a little bit. Let me play with it a little bit. Take the side here. Yeah, you can see that just perfectly clear, right? Okay, so now I'm going to take Fimo deco gel, and you can kind of see the mistake I made here once we put it on here. This is why you need to do one side of the shoe first. And it was really hard trying to not undo all that beautiful texture we spent so much time doing. All right, so here we go. Oh God, yeah, see, it's not as, what is the word I'm looking for? Curvy, sharp at the end as I want it to. That's what I kind of underestimated how I want it to go. So we're gonna fix that in this tutorial. So don't worry about it. If you did it my way, you messed up too. That's okay. We're gonna fix it. We'll fix it, okay? So now let's do a little shoe test. All right, perfect. We still need a little bit of a curve here. Now I'm gonna take these scissors here and I'm just gonna snip off a little side. This is excess, we don't really need it. It's very hard to measure this out by just drawing, you know. Now I'm gonna take my ball tool before I bake it and add a little lime in here. Now I'm gonna take my ramp again and I'm just gonna place it on here to bake. It's very useful. You can make this out of foil if you need to. So once that is baked, I'm taking a little excess clay here and I'm just gonna fill in those areas to make it more sharp. Here comes Big Sam. You know, Sam's really good for this job. So I'm gonna take Big Sam and I'm gonna smooth out this area and I'm gonna add the missing ball texture that I ruined, trying to get the end of my pump to look very sharp and classic pump light. You know, classic 80s pump. Or is this really 80s? You know, I don't really have much of a shoe history here. I don't know. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and fill this in and, you know, add the texture. And I'm also going to add in more Pearl X powder. And I'm also going to curve a little more out of the shoe because our reference photo says this is what I did was wrong. Okay, I did not draw it correctly, but that's okay. It's cool. It's cool. It works. Now I'm gonna add a little cone shape to make that another piece of clay, and you know, I'm taking my ball tool and making it sharper. That's what I want it. I want it to be sharp and pointy like witch's shoes. Witch's shoes because she's a witch. I don't know. Barbie's not a witch. But yeah, I'm also going to add the texture to the side again. And that's basically how I wanted it to be. It needed to look just like the shoe. Again, Louboutin, these classic pumps have these nice dainty feel to them. And hopefully I captured that in these miniatures. All right, now we're gonna do a final foot test after that part is baked. You know, we don't want to ruin the texture anymore. And then we're gonna actually do our heel the same way, add a thin piece of clay. And now we're going to do our bottom part as well. We're going to fix this right here. We're just gonna extend the red part to be longer. And we're gonna smooth it out perfectly so it doesn't look like we made a mistake, you know, cover up that mess. And now for our unicorn dust. This stuff is amazing. This is Recollections Chunky Glitter. I got this from Michael's. It is the only glitter I know that can be baked in the oven. Please do not put this, okay? Please do not put this in your food oven. I don't know how toxic it can be. I don't know. I didn't test that further. I'm not gonna test it myself. Just know, don't die. So you can be here next week to see the new tutorial, okay? So to see next week's tutorial, don't die. So please just use a separate oven, like I'm using my polymer clay oven. And I'm taking Fimo deco gel and I'm adding I'm adding glitter throughout it. And now I'm actually taking small dots, little rolled up pieces of clay I cut off from the snake here. And I put it on just the front of the shoe to give it more texture. As you can see a close up here of me doing that. I think I use like 40 of these things, okay? I use a lot. I was being extra. Now I just cut out a thick piece of clay and I cut out a little rectangle, and now I'm just gonna cut little, triangles to get these spike looks. Then I took Fimo deco gel once I placed it on the shoe, and I glued some of the glitter with the Fimo deco gel on there to make it look like it's a spike. Just like, our reference photo, of course. That's what we're going for, okay? We're going for Louboutin fabulousness. I looked these shoes up. They're $2,000. But we literally spent $2 to make these shoes. So now we're just going to paint on some little small details on our little bottom of the heel first. I actually added this heel peg at the very bottom. You can add that yourself, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know why I didn't show it, I just didn't. And I'm going to paint the very bottom as well. And I also want to make a note that to get that shiny bottom, red bottom that Louis Vuitton is known for, I'm not actually sure if it's this shiny, I added triple thick. It is the only glaze that I know for polymer clay that you could actually put it back in the oven if you make a mistake. Now let's put it on Barbie. Is she fabulous? Okay, she's fabulous. Now I could have, you know, put the insole when I put on the sides, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna stuff it in and do the most right now. Now I'm taking some triple thick and voila, gold Pearl-Ex powder. Ooh, look at that, so shiny. So shiny. All right, I'm actually gonna paint the Louis Vuitton logo. Ha, no I'm not. This brush ain't that small. I'm actually getting a brush this small, and I am going to fake it till I make it. But that's basically the gist. And you know what? And you're done. Now put them on Barbie.
I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right.
Shout out to the homie. Shout out to the homie. Arthur Lopez. You're awesome. Thanks for watching. Do you love my work? Are you liking this? Did you ever subscribe? Did you thumbs up? I heard you subscribed. Is it true? Are you a patron? If not, please donate too. And you say, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. I subscribed, alright. You say, hell yeah.